everything that needed to be said by this team has been said by the speakers who have read our statement. We will make the statement available to members of the media. And the statement we have made here, we have made the statement in very good faith, because this is our country. We are leaders in this country, and we must provide leadership as we engage with other leaders in the exercise of building consensus so that we can avoid an unnecessary divisive contest. In a nutshell, let me say that we appreciate the challenges this process has gone through. We appreciate that there has been a lot of push and pull. Many of the members of this team have been victimized for holding different opinions from those of others. We believe and we ask that we want to walk together this journey. We are not making any demands of anybody. We are putting our case. And we believe that we have a very strong case. The same way, in Bomas, there were proposals that had been put on the table. This team, the church, the Muslim community, pastoralists, members of county assemblies, council of governors, and a host of other stakeholders made their contributions to what was presented in Bomas. Those proposals were taken on board. A majority of those proposals were taken on board, as has been stated here by members of this team. We appreciate that the IEBC will not be politicized and they can be an independent institution to run our elections independent of political parties. We also appreciate that the independence of the police has been captured and secured. We also agree that the Senate must be left with the duties and responsibilities that they have carried out so far, and we appreciate even further that additional responsibilities have been given to the Senate, as the Senate of Kenya is a critical institution in matters devolution and in matters taking Kenya forward. We also appreciate that the Article 11A, which many members of this team canvassed on ensuring that ordinary people and their issues are part of the discussion. Finally, we have Article 11A that speaks to the economy and shared prosperity that will ensure that every citizen, especially the micro, the small enterprises, the pastoralists, the people in our farms, and the many Kenyans who ordinarily are not made part of the discussion and ordinarily are not part of the Constitution, for the first time we have their issues firmly embedded in the Constitution. And it is important to also note that a timeline has been placed on the actualization of Article 11A. Within 1 year, we should be able to implement all the issues to do with pastoralists and the marketing of their issues, matters to do with guaranteed minimum returns of all our products, ensuring that the hustler economy has a fund that is going to ensure that we support micro, small, enterprises to grow into serious businesses, and members of this team are going to make sure that the necessary legislation to operationalize Article 11A will be put in place as soon as possible. In fact, the Honorable Ndindi Nyoro already has a bill on GMR that now is going to be anchored in the constitutional provision under Article 11A. We have also, the Constitution now makes it mandatory that the President of Kenya will go to Parliament every year to give a State of the Nation address on the matter of shared prosperity, on the matter of attainment and progress made on ensuring that no Kenyans are left behind. That is important to as many ordinary Kenyans as it is to us and every Kenyan. Having said that, we have taken the position that there is room for us to improve this document further. And we have stated categorically and respectfully that it is never too late to do the right thing. We believe that there are a couple of outstanding issues. The judiciary is still uncomfortable, for example, with the judiciary ombudsman and the manner in which it's appointed. We all agree that accountability is central to the performance of any arm of government, including the judiciary. And we are making proposal here that it is possible for us to agree that an ombudsman be appointed in a manner that is acceptable to the judiciary, either proposed by the JSC or appointed by the Chief Justice and vetted by Parliament, so that we have checks and balances. We are also saying, because we are making that proposal because we are sensitive to the centrality of independence of the judiciary. We do not want to send any signal that we want to compromise the independence of the judiciary. Yet, we must hold the judiciary to account. So we must balance between those two rights. Secondly, we are also making the proposal on the size of Parliament and the size of the executive. Kenyans are concerned about how much it costs for them to run government. And the proposal we are making here is that we can have a win-win. We agree with the proposal that appointments, or not appointments, but in Senate, 47 women are elected as senators. But we are of the view that instead of too much nomination, we should again elect women reps, as we have done to National Assembly. We are saying that because we want the participation and contribution of women leaders to be substantial, meaningful, and not token representation. It is in the National Assembly that discussions on matters budget, matters resource allocation, serious matters of how to take the country forward is taking place. And it is important that we have elected women in the National Assembly. So the proposal we are making is that apart from the 47 women elected in Senate, we should have 47 women elected in the National Assembly. And with that, we should be able to reduce the number of nominations And our target, the current proposal in BBI would take Parliament all the way towards 600 members. This proposal will make Parliament, we will cut almost 60 or 70 members if we adopt this proposal. So we are saying we can cut down the size of Parliament by up to almost 60 or 70 members of Parliament if we adopt this proposal we are making. And therefore, I do not think anybody can say that it is too late to make a huge saving on the kind of savings we are going to make if we adopt a proposal that reduces substantially the size of our legislature. We are also of the firm belief that adjustments can be made. We agree on the principle of the new 70 constituencies. Why do we say so? The position of this team all along is that in Bomas, it was suggested that these are people who will be appointed. They will just be members of Parliament. Our position is nominating members of Parliament gives jobs to people, and the public benefits nothing. Therefore, we suggested that the 70, instead of being nomination of persons, it be converted to constituencies. As we've said here, that was done. We now have 70 constituencies. All we are requesting now going forward is that the 70 constituencies will be delimited by IEBC, that we give a window to IEBC to vary slightly up to about 20%, because we agree with the original principle that there must be equality of representation. And there is a case that has been made that there are sections, counties in our country that are underrepresented. We believe that we can balance that requirement of equality in representation by allowing the IEBC to vary slightly, because we have huge areas, like we have said, in Kitui that have raised concerns, in Garissa, for example, Ijara, that have raised concerns, in Wajir, that's Wajir South, that have raised concern, in Nyeri, Kieni is 52% of Nyeri County. In Nyandarua, where we have Kinangop here, which is a huge constituency. In Migori, in Kisii, and Marsabit, and those areas. So what we are saying is there is room. If we just put a rider in the BBI text that 70 constituencies, as the IEBC is delimiting the 70 constituencies, they are allowed to vary to an extent of 20% so that we can take care of the areas that have raised concern. And we are not saying the areas we have just listed. I think there are, among others, there are more areas that have said that, but we do not believe there will be more than 10 or 12 areas that need to be considered. And finally, I think we have also been cognizant that we do not, I think many Kenyans have been wondering, why are we insisting on a consensus on process? We have been insisting on consensus on process because we know there is a way we can make this referendum win-win. We know there is a way we can accommodate everybody. We know there is a way we can remove this referendum from being win-lose. There is a mechanism that can allow us to vote on the issues instead of the personalization of the referendum. We do not want the referendum to be so-and-so versus so-and-so, because so-and-so is leading this place, is leading no, and so-and-so is leading yes. That, in my opinion, is backward. In fact, we are reducing the referendum to something else. We can make it much more progressive by providing a mechanism for Kenyans to vote on the issues. We have, as a team here, agreed that we will support the proposal by CIOC in Parliament to provide a mechanism in the referendum where Kenyans can vote on issues, not just a yes-no referendum. Maybe I will explain a bit. For example, there are Kenyans who have no issue with 35% going to the counties, and they want to vote yes. But there is a Kenyan who has a problem with the judiciary ombudsman. He wants to vote no. Why do we force a Kenyan to vote for something he does not want, or to vote against something he wants? It is practically possible for us to give an opportunity for Kenyans to vote yes for resources going to the county, and to vote no for what he doesn't want or she doesn't want. And that is the opportunity we are saying should be made available to Kenyans. What will that do? The opportunity to allow Kenyans to vote on issues will completely remove this us versus them, no, yes referendum contest. Completely. It will remove it. There will be no need for us now to have teams campaigning yes this way, others campaigning no that way. We will then focus on issues. Which are the issues Kenyans will vote for, which are the issues Kenyans will not vote for, and the reasons why, and we can always take this forward. And let me say for the record that it was okay for us to vote no yes in the last referendum because we were enacting a new constitution. So the vote was between the current and the old. Now we are not voting for the whole constitution. We are voting for articles of the constitution. So it is perfectly in order for us to assemble articles that are together and vote for them separately. And that's all we are asking. We are also saying, as responsible Kenyans and as responsible leaders, that and as responsible leaders, we are saying we are in the middle of a pandemic that has ravaged our country. Many Kenyans have become victims of the COVID-19 virus. Many Kenyans have lost loved ones. Some have gone through untold suffering, including members present here in hospitals. Many Kenyans are not able to afford, you saw, I think it is in the media, that it costs about 21,000 every day. Very few Kenyans can afford that kind of costs. And the attendant issues of a financial crisis that has been occasioned by the corona pandemic. We want a discussion, a candid discussion. Our proposal is we should commit every resource that is available towards tackling the corona pandemics, alleviating the serious crisis in our economy, making sure that in January there are face masks, there are desks, there are facilities for our kids in school in January, and that there is a possibility for us to take this referendum together with the election in 2022. We want to offer a discussion. We are not saying that it is cast in stone. We want to be persuaded why it's not possible for us to do it in 2022. Our proposal is we can do it together with the election in 2022. So these are proposals we are putting on the table in good faith. And we are requesting the other stakeholders. To give us, to engage with us, so that we can responsibly be able to prosecute this initiative together. Many of you may want to ask me, maybe Kenyans will get confused, maybe how will they vote for the different items? But let me answer it this way. When Kenyans go to vote in an election, they vote for MCA, Member of Parliament, Women Rep, Senator, Governor, President, 6 positions, right? In the 6 positions they vote for, there are 10 candidates for one position, 15 for another. They are literally voting from a group of almost 100 people. But they still manage to identify who they want. So if we make this referendum 6 or 7 questions, independent questions, there is absolutely no difference with how Kenyans vote when they go for election. So it is absolutely reasonable for us to isolate 5, 6, 7 items, itemize them, and Kenyans can vote independently like the way they do in every general election. Nimeelezwa ya kwamba nifanye summary kidogo kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. I'm not good at it. I don't know. Nani hata imetosha No, lakini wacha niseme hivi. Tumefanya mkutano wa kundi letu hapa, wabunge 146 na senators 7 pamoja na viongozi wengine wengi waliohudhuria kikao hiki. Wengi wetu hapa ni wa kutoka vyama mbalimbali, kwa sababu jambo hili la kubadilisha katiba sio jambo la chama, ni jambo ambalo linahusu wa Kenya kwa jumla. Tumekubaliana na yale mambo ambayo yameshughulikiwa kutoka Bomas mpaka KICC. Tumeona ya kwamba kuna mambo wa Kenya stakeholders mbalimbali walitoa maoni yao, na mambo kadha yamechukuliwa na sasa imewekwa katika katiba ambayo imependekezwa. Kati ya mambo yale ni kuondoa mambo ya shida ya polisi, mambo ya IBC imewachwa, hakuna matatizo tena. Huyu Duale, wacha tu niseme hii Kiswahili ni sawa. Mambo yale mengine yote yameshughulikiwa, lakini tumesema ili tuweze kutembea pamoja kama Wakenya, kuna mambo machache ambayo pia ni ya muhimu. Bado kuna utata, mambo ya judiciary na independence ya judiciary. Tuko na mapendekezo ya vile kuondoa utata huo. Tuko na maneno ya representation ambayo tumekubali kwamba sehemu za wakilishi bunge zingine 70 ziundwe, lakini tumependekeza ya kwamba 20% IEBC, kamati ambayo inasimamia uchaguzi, wapatiwe nafasi 20% waweze kurekebisha, ndio tuweze kushughulikia sehemu ambazo wametoa malalamiko. Vile vile tumekubaliana ya kwamba bunge, Wakenya wengi wanalalamika kuhusu kiasi ya pesa ambayo itatumika katika kuendesha bunge mpya, na tumetoa mapendekezo ya kwamba tunaweza kupunguza kutoka ile bunge BBI imependekeza, tunaweza kuondoa wabunge wengine karibu 50-60 ili tuweze kupunguza size ya bunge na kupunguza pia gharama ya wananchi katika mambo ya kuendesha mambo yao. Na mwisho tumesema vile vile hatutaki kwenda kwenye kura ya maoni, inaitwa kura ya maamuzi, hatutaki kwenda kwenye kura ya maamuzi ya kusema tu ndio ama la. Bunge letu la Kenya tayari inatengeneza sheria ambayo itasimamia mambo ya referendum, na hiyo sheria inapendekeza ya kwamba kuwe na kura katika articles ama vipengele tofauti. Hakuna haja ya kusema ndio ama la. Kama unapenda mambo ya 35%, asilimia 35 kwenda kwa county, unaweza kusema ndio. Kama kuna kipengele ingine hauamini, unaweza kusema la. Na inawezekana tuwe na maswali kama 5, 6 ama 7 ili tusiende katika kukataa ili hali uko na mambo ambayo ungependa yapite kule ndani, ama kukubali ili hali uko na mambo kule ndani ambayo ungependa isipitishwe. Kwa hivyo tumekubaliana ya kwamba sisi wabunge walio hapa wataunga mkono sheria iliyo bunge ya kamati inayosimamia mambo ya kutekelezwa kwa katiba ya Kioni, ili tuwe na nafasi ya referendum ambayo itakuwa na maswali kuzidi moja katika vipengele tofauti. Na vile vile tumesema kwa sababu ya hali ya uchumi iliyoko katika taifa letu la Kenya na kwa sababu ya matatizo ya ugonjwa wa korona, Wakenya wengi hawawezi kujimudu kulipa gharama ya matibabu. Tuko na matatizo, watoto wetu Januari kurudi shuleni, lazima masks zinunuliwe, madawati zinunuliwe, expansion ya facilities katika shule ishughulikiwe. Tulikuwa tunapendekeza hii bilioni 15 badala ya kutumika kwenye referendum, tuweze kutumia hiyo pesa kushughulikia janga la korona na mambo ya uchumi ambayo iko chini kwa saa hizi, na tuweze kupiga kura hii ya maamuzi pamoja na uchaguzi 2022. Hiyo ndio mapendekezo yetu, na tunawauliza ndugu zetu wengine tuweze kuongea, tuweze kutafuta uwiano na maelewano na makubaliano ili tuweze kutembea pamoja kama Wakenya. Sisi tunaamini inawezekana hii draft constitution proposal ambayo imewekwa inaweza kuwa republished tena, ikichukua maoni, inaweza kuchapishwa upya ili ikichukua maoni kama sisi wote tutakubaliana twende